Good morning, guys. Here we are, Science Bellwork, week 16, day 3, continuing the theme from Monday. Why are the North and South Poles so cold? Today we get into reading and discussing about how certain features of Earth's landscape, regardless of what that may be, has an effect on the amount of sunlight that is absorbed and how that can affect certain locations' temperatures. Couple paragraphs to read through there. I'll read through the passage as you guys follow along, and then we'll move on to respond to parts A and B. Certain features of Earth's landscape, such as soil, water, trees, and even towns and cities, absorb energy. This results in warmer temperatures. But snow does just the opposite. It reflects 90% of the sun's energy and sends it back into space. Snow is one more reason why the North and South Poles are so cold. Yet another reason is the weather pattern. Clouds increase the temperature on the surface of Earth, functioning like a blanket to keep heat close to the ground. But because the climate is so dry at the poles, there are rarely any clouds in the sky. There are, however, strong winds at these latitudes, which blow most of the surface heat away. So we have the two diagrams there where it shows heat being absorbed into the land, and then obviously the diagram right here where it's being reflected because there's snow covering the ground here. So part A wants us to use information from the passage to complete the analogies. Pavement is to absorb as snow is to, so see it bouncing off there, that would be reflect. Remember in the first paragraph it talks about how snow reflects 90% of the sun's energy, sends it back into space. That's why the poles are one reason why the poles are so cold. Wind is to cold as cloud is to, well, at the bottom of the second paragraph, talks about how clouds increase the temperature on the surface of Earth, functioning like a blanket to keep heat close to the ground. So cloud is to warm or heat, something along those lines. Name one feature for part B. Name one feature of the landscape and two features of the weather at Earth's poles. Explain how each of these features contributes to cold temperatures. So for the landscape, I would say, let's talk about snow. That's what's mentioned in the passage. And we could talk about how snow reflects the majority of the sun's energy. And then weather, well, it's a dry climate, mentions that. Because the climate is so dry at the poles, there are rarely any clouds in the sky. So when there's few clouds, it's not going to be able to keep heat close to the ground. And then we could also mention how the winds at these latitudes blow most of the surface heat away. So towards the bottom of that second paragraph, you can find both of your responses. There you have it, Science Bellwork Week 16, Day 3. Hope you followed along, made corrections if you need to, and have a good day, guys.